The head coach for Louisville in just a little bit as well. Kenny Payne, who's in his first season. We're underway here today from Tallahassee. Well, we talked to Coach Hamilton earlier about...
Well, he's already got a change today. Cam Fletcher hurt his knee, tore his ACL against Virginia. So Worley has to start the game, and we talked about Cleveland again.
And all the way to the hole, and a rejection from Naheem McLeod as Jalen Withers took it in that time. Deontay Green, or check it, that's Brandon Huntley-Hatfield. They'll kick it out for a 3-ball, and it's up and good. And finally, the first basket for Louisville here today. Former Cardinals gets 17 years of the assistant coaching experience. Oregon, Kentucky, the New York Knicks for the last couple of years. Here's a jumper from Caleb Mills. Mills. Nice.
That's good news for the Seminoles, bad news for Louisville. And so far, Louisville's only made one basket.
1 for 5 from the field. Second hoop made that time. Scored for Brandon Huntley-Hatfield.
And that is a tie.
There he is, Vasily. Nice dish inside, and the finish from Roosevelt Wheeler.
This is really a nice play. A really good pass by Huntley-Hatfield. And then Vasily doesn't wait. He doesn't...
1 for 4 so far from three-point range. Here's a three, counted, and a foul. Tom House drains it. Transfer from Kentucky when he came over, and he was talking to him for a moment over there on the sideline as well, as Louisville comes right back and gets the 2.
Very fortunate they got a hand on the ball, did the Seminoles, but Ellis was able to regain control.
Oh, look out! Corhen gets free for the easy 2. 4 turnovers early for Louisville in this game, and make it 5 as Mills takes it away, puts up a 3. 7'4", 255, junior out of Philadelphia. Here's James for 3. That one is good. Just talked to him before the game, and these guys, I don't think people really understand the rigorous travel and demands that the officials have on them as a three-pointer goes up and in by Mike James. But lately, they haven't been in ball games. They haven't been as competitive. Right now, it's a 6-point game. Foul was called on Wheeler. Here's a jumper by Cleveland.
That was a long 2, but he is a pretty good shooter off the dribble.
Back to Ellis. Trying to do a little bit too much, so it's blocked twice inside by McLeod. Caleb Mills. Oh my, double clutch, tipped by Corhen. He got it back, and the second try is good.
Worley's out there with only 1 shoe.
Cleveland, as he scores, and they're going to get that shoe back on for Worley.
Well, you need to be aggressive with the basketball. You're not going to accomplish anything if all you are is careful. But Ellis is a guy, he's a speed guy. He's not a point guard.
Number 1 in the nation. A big game coming up versus Virginia next week. Here's a 3-ball. That's good by Withers. Now Darren Green Jr. scores for 3 and he gets it right back.
That guy is a deadly 3-point shooter.
And Green pulls it down ahead of the pack for the other Green, Deontay Green. You know, and he was a guy that they were going to try to potentially redshirt, this season, but they can't do it. They got to get him out there. Averaging about 4 or 5 minutes a game. Here's a 3 put in by Trainer for Louisville. It's a bump, kicks it back out. 3-ball again. Count this one for Louisville and J.J. Trainer. 17 fouls for Louisville in this first half. 2 minutes left.
This is a tough matchup for Withers against Green.
Worley.
That's been the story of the season.
Exactly. The entire story of the season for Louisville. That's 10 turnovers now. Second half's underway. Driving in is Jalen Worley, and he scores for Florida State.
And just about all of them in attack. And that's where Florida State is at their best offensively. They've moved the ball very effectively and attacked very effectively.
Ellis for 3 for Louisville.
Great job by James fighting through.
Mills another take. Got it back. feeds it from McLeod. He misses the easy one and he throws it down. Ellis misses. Cleveland's got it. Here's Green for three from deep.
You just have to find him in transition.
Two subs set to check in for Florida State, one for Louisville the next time out. James hit from behind. Here's Ellis for three. They need it, they got it as Ellis drains the three ball. Gave Florida State an extra shot, which they converted.
Oh, that's a nice pass.
Inside, Curry scored.
And this is the first time we've seen Curry today. So it's the first time we've seen him since the first TV timeout.
Yeah, he only played 11 minutes in the last game as well. We'll see what kind of minutes he gets as Florida State. And Corhen drains a big three.
Because he just has not had the kind of year that you would expect him to have coming off his really fine end of the season last year. That's too easy.
That's Cleveland to the hole. Three Seminoles with 10 or more. Cleveland, Mills, and Corhen. It's a 17-point lead, largest of the afternoon. Curry puts it back down to 15. Green relocates for three. Tipped up and in. Corhen. Up top, three ball. Yes, count it that time. 17-point lead here.
But the thing about Corhen that impresses me, he just runs. You know, he may not make all the right moves. He may not go to the right space all the time.
Well, you had said it earlier. It's got to really get going here on the defensive end for them as well here. And instead, Florida State and Worley knocks down a three. Ellis knocked out of his hand. Vasily tried to get it back. Instead, Worley gets it up to Mills. Alley-oop. Put it down.
That's just a great job running the court.
Landis had his three redirected, and inside Vasily puts it back up and in. So far, so good here today. Third foul on Curry, by the way, for Florida State. Mills, for Louisville, Mills to the hole and gets the easy bucket. It's back up to a 20-point lead.
Well, Ellis has 10 points. He's got 3 assists. You know, he's doing what they're asking him to do, scoring and help other people score.
We've seen a lot of that too, Dan, where guys up in midair and have no idea what they're doing with the ball. The pass intercepted. Darren Green Jr. scores again. Here's Hersey Miller for Louisville. A three-pointer from Mike James. Got it. 9 of 17 now from three-point range.
He's on the logo again.
Had to put it up. Offensive rebound, Withers, and take it away. Look out, Cleveland, easy one. Cleveland with 12 points for Florida State. Ellis on the take, and a rare inside bucket for Louisville. Ellis has 12. The next highest is James with 9 for the Cardinals here. They trail by 21, just over 5 minutes left. And getting inside for the bucket is Chandler Jackson. Well, and how about trying to get him into the mix too, right? Had that broken thumb earlier in the year. Really only had about 10 practices here up to this point, so he needs to get into the flow as well. Withers, offensive rebound. In early January 11th, he's eligible. How's that going to change this team?
Well, it changes it, and, you know, he's not going to dribble the ball up the court. You know, he's not going to make threes.
That's going to do it. This one's over, 75-53. Seminoles with the win.